Good morning, everybody. This is JD. Today, what am I going to talk to you about? New glasses, strength level. I got at Dollar Tree. I cut off the bottom part, leave the tab on top. That's why you got that white piece there. So I know which ones are the 3.5, vice the 2.75, etc. Why am I doing this video today? To let you think about something. What is it that would make me a better president than Obama, McCain, Mitt Romney, Donald Trump, and several others? Am I any less intelligent than they are? I don't know. I'm told that a 177 IQ, which the Navy says I have, is pretty high up there. So if that's the case, I'm not. Am I a good chess player? Well, when I was in high school, I was very good. When I just got out of high school, I was extremely very well playing chess. How about, mathematically? Can I deduct things and reason things? Well, in the state of New York, I went as high as they could teach math. I went into calculus, three-dimensional, imaginary dimensions, and several others, different types. What about sciences and all that? I actually do read a lot about sciences. I am an electronics technician. I do know a lot about electronics theory, enough to qualify for an engineering degree in electronics, but I don't believe in paperwork, or a piece of paper makes you worth something. A piece of paper has no meaning whatsoever. It's what the person does that matters. But unfortunately, our society thinks another way. Did I go to college? I chose not to. I chose to do a Navy career. Had I had opportunity in the Navy to go to college through the Navy programs, I was always just a little bit too old and had to get waivers. And when I got the waivers, for some reason they cut back on the programs, and guess who did not get to go? June 4th, 1948 was my birthday. When I joined the Navy, I was eligible to go to Annapolis, except for I became 20 June 4th. If I would have became 20 July 1st, I would have went to Annapolis straight from boot camp. My GCT ARR scores were very, very high. Actually, quite a bit higher than what was needed to go to Annapolis. Okay, enough about my education. I have a little problem here because I got to tell you about me, and I usually don't like to brag about myself. Some people say that I bash Obama too much. It's not bashing I'm doing. Do I have a respect for the individual? No. I have as much respect for Obama as I do Karl Marx. Very little to absolutely none. See, Karl Marx, when he wrote his book, The Mephisto, and all about communism and how it works, he deliberately decided to overlook several things that are real. For example, human greed. By eliminating the human traits, in other words, take the human being out of the government, you could have a perfect socialist government. But it is not when you put the human being there. He deliberately falsified everything so he could write his book the way he wanted to, ignoring the real, actual facts. I have no respect for people who ignore the truth, who ignore reality. I don't care who you are. Truth is as a person perceives the truth, and I will be as truthful to you as I can. What I may perceive as truth may not be the actual truth, may be a partial truth. You may perceive it a different way. That doesn't make either one of us a liar. It makes it, this is what we perceive to be truthful. But what type of president would I make? Well, first, let me tell you one thing. Money has no value to me. You can offer me all kinds of money. If I'm doing a job, money's not going to deviate me from that job. I won't be bored. Why? Because when I make a commitment to do that job, that is what I'm going to do. When I make a promise to do something, that is what I'm going to do. That is my commitment. I do reserve the right, if I disagree with you, to disagree. But the job will be done, and it will be done as correctly as humanly possible. Now, how about one of the major problems we have with this country is war. We seem to want to go to war a lot in this country. I did 26 years in the Navy. Oh, we got a military man here, another war. No, I actually truthfully believe in peace. But I believe war is unfortunately an evil we have on this planet. But let's make it the very last thing we decide to do. But not let's put off doing what needs to be done at the risk of an American citizen's life. In other words, don't be afraid to go to war, but don't go to war if you don't need to. Because once one person dies on each side, everybody lost. There is no winners. Now, will I not go to war in my term? I can answer that very easily to each and every one of you. February 18th, 2015. You tell me what you are going to have for dinner that day. Dinner, supper. February 18th, 2015. You tell me what you're going to have for supper that day, and I will tell you whether or not I will go to war. Well, wait a minute. You're not going to be able to do that. And that's the truth there where it comes to going to war. I'm not going to be able to tell you. All I will tell you is that before I do it, a lot will be done to try to prevent it. And I won't do it behind your back. That I will tell you. What kind of man am I? What do I believe about government? I believe least government is the best government. I believe things like Thomas Jefferson says about equality. When one person is a little more equal than everybody else, there is no equality at all. See, that goes along with the thing about rules. Make an exception for somebody on a rule, and then there is no rules. For example, Obamacare, look at all the exceptions he's making. Therefore, insurance regulation goes down the tubes. Besides, believe me, people, every single American in this country has medical right now. You don't have to believe me. You don't have to. You don't even have to take my word. You walk into any emergency room and ask them, if I'm sick and I come in here, are you going to see me? Will you take care of me? And their answer is, we turn nobody away. Everybody will be seen. Yes. There's people out there in the country right now that are sick that need to go see doctors and are not using it. You American citizens earn this. You may not think so, but you do. Illegal aliens come here, they know it. And they come in and there's some illegal aliens that actually sneak in here so they can get medical. Because they know if they go to an emergency room, they will be treated and they will get some of the best medical that is in the world. And yet you, the American citizens who are paying for it, are not using it. Yes. But you see, that's the way I'm going to be. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not going to hide something from you. It's not worth it. Trouble with hiding things from you is that you have to remember what you're lying about. And I don't like to play those games. I don't play games, period. So there, I'm no politician. Sorry, I refuse to be. Now, what about what am I going to do as president? How am I going to evaluate it? Well, as a leader, I understand several things. I will be the leader of the nation. The people run the nation through Congress. So, what does that mean? First and foremost, it means that you, the people, have to get more active, involved in your government. I truly believe more involvement of the people in the government and least involvement of the government into the people. When Kennedy asked not what you can do for your country, ask what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country, he meant for you to get involved with the government, for you to let Congress know. Now, what about me as myself? Truthfully, will I make mistakes? Yes, I'm going to make mistakes just like everybody else does. It's not going to be impossible. I'm sorry, it's going to happen. But each and every decision I make, each and every day, I will ask myself, how will this affect you at the dinner table? How is this going to affect you at your work? How is this going to affect you as a nation? You, the individual. Because that's where it all matters. How is life in this country, the government in this country, is going to affect you? The least the federal government has an effect of your life, the better it is. Now, tax programs, we have a deficit we all need to pull together. Everybody in this country. Not just the working, not just the rich. Every single person. And I'm talking about the people who do things illegal. I'm talking about the people who, for example, the prostitutes. I'm talking about the people who smuggle. I'm talking about the people who sneak in this country illegally. Every single one of them, as well as the working people, need to start supporting and helping to get rid of this deficit. And the only way that can be done is not through income tax, not through raising taxes, because that only hits a small percentage of the people, is to get a general tax that everybody will pay. And that will be a sales tax. That ties Congress into the economy of the nation. Not the ability of the American citizen to work, but the ability of the American citizen to improve their life. Because the more money you spend, the more taxes that will be raised. And it gets everybody across the board. But like I said, those who are here illegally, they're not going to get that rebate, so they're going to pay more. Whereas those who are here legal and American citizens, no matter what your job is, you will get a rebate. So that's why I am very strong for sales tax. I truly believe if we all pull together, we as a nation can solve the problems. Not one group, not another group, not this group, but we all as a people, as a nation, as individuals working as one. See, that's what I believe in. I believe in you, the people. You are the individuals that make this a great nation. And as a leader, that's something I must never, ever, ever forget. And I will not. And I've had plenty of experience as a leader. I'm going to end this video now because I'm afraid I'm going to run out of time. Have a nice day. This is JD. This is some reasons why you should seriously consider me as president.